what would you call Hayley Welsh's fan base? A Tocturian. A Hocturian. Just a Hoctur spit on that thingy.
Cool.
So that's what's been going on with me. My life's been turned around by the Talk Tour podcast since we last saw each other. How about you?
Is it that good?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I don't think there is much value to be driven from that podcast.
That would be a fun game. You watch the Talk Tour podcast and every time she says Hawk Tour, you got to take a shot.
It's really sad how some people can become famous these days. Yeah, it's quite tragic, but I guess that's what our society values. I guess you can say that she's funny, maybe. No. Says something weird once and then you become super famous.
Wet dream tomatoes.
There's lots of people that are trying to make it big in the. No, what's that?
Where she was on like a big podcast. What's the guy's name? The
Crooked Smile podcast.
No, it wasn't the Crooked Smile podcast. The guy in New York, and he's like the liberal sort of talk show host, Bill Maher.
Bill Maher. Oh wow, why is she on Bill Maher? Why would Bill Maher have her?
No, not the comedian Bill Maher. The grey haired old
political.
Guy.
Yeah. Why the hell would Bill Maher have?
She was on a podcast with him, and she was like, "Oh, I love that New York song." It's like, welcome to New, and she starts singing. She's like, where wet dream tomato instead of where dreams are made of.
Oh God.
That went viral.
Why would Bill Maher do that? Bill Maher's like a massive political commentator who's got like very, very leftist views. Why?
You think about this, right? You have Olympians, right? They spend their whole life dedicated to a sport.
Yeah.
They might not make a lot of money. They might make no money. And just to represent their country at the highest level, and the amount of hours and dedication and hard work that they've put into that sport to go to the Olympics. And then someone says Hawk Tour on an Instagram clip and makes millions of dollars and is now set for life.
Except for tennis players and golf. This is why these sports, tennis shouldn't be in the Olympics, golf shouldn't be in the Olympics, basketball shouldn't be in the Olympics because those people are like full-time professional athletes. It started as an amateur, like not an amateur
or
thing.
Or the money from the Olympics doesn't go to the broadcasting people who are an independent private company and actually goes to the athletes.
But how are you going to divide all that money between that many athletes across?
We have prize incentives, not from the countries, but from the actual
IOC?
Olympics.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, what? Who broadcasts it in the US? NBC or something? NBC?
No. The people that put on the Olympics is like a private company.
Who?
It's like the Olympics.
But isn't it each country has their own broadcasting?
Yeah, but they get licensed the rights from like this private company that puts on the Olympics and broadcasts.
Someone's got to broadcast it though.
Yeah,
they're going to broadcast it for free.
It's privatized so that they make all the money and the athletes make nothing. And the countries have to do all the funding to get the athletes there.
But how would anyone watch the Olympics then if they're not paying for people to?
I think they could do it in like a non-for-profit way where all the broadcasting expenses after they're done, all the money left over goes to the athletes in prize money.
I love grand final
excited for Katy Perry at the halftime show.
I'm excited for Katy. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. So now that we're talking about Katy Perry all of a sudden and she's doing the grand final and everyone started to listen to her stuff, like at work at Flipside last night when we were cleaning up, we were listening to Teenage Dream, etc., etc.
Well.
I did actually. She had an historic run. Can we just sit back and appreciate that? At the time, it kind of was like, a bit too much at the time, was oversaturated the market, just Katy Perry song, Katy Perry song, Katy Perry song. But she had an historic run. And what I was going to say is, who do you think was the most prolific female pop star of the 2010s? Is my question to you, in your opinion. Female pop star. So Katy Perry.
Taylor Swift.
Great start. Oh, yeah, true. Take Taylor Swift out.
Okay.
Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, who else was there? Let's throw some names around.
Megan Thee Stallion, went pretty hard.
Megan Thee Stallion, Meghan Trainor.
All about
she
that
was
bass.
Pretty
that
incredible.
Was big.
A good friend of ours, Josh Keats, really likes Meghan Trainor. Big fan, yeah. There's a couple of great albums in there apparently. Who else?
Female.
Dominated the 2010s. Fergie?
Yeah, Black Eyed Peas
and Fergie.
But that was more 2000s.
I remember so the 2018 grand final, Mum and I
J-Lo?
rewatched like the early, Mum and I, Shakira.
Did he?
Mum and I rewatched like the 2018 performance and we had like the 2018, it was such bullshit. So 2017 they had the Killers who were awesome and like Jack Raywad singing. 2018 there was Jimmy Barnes and the Black Eyed Peas without Fergie. So you're gutting that band basically and just have like Will.i.am running around the stage going and running.
Have you heard Fergalicious?
Fergalicious, yeah, it's a good song. Have you heard Fergie do the national anthem? Oh, I'm saying.
Oh, is that the one where all the NBA players are laughing?
Yeah. Yeah, how did you know that?
I've seen
She tries to like sexualize it and make it like Fergie-ish and it just does not work.
Story time?
Story time.
Okay.
Go.
I've been working on my storytelling. I go running once a week with Max Bailey, legend. And because we do like zone 2 low aerobic running.
Yeah, cool.
We just run really slow. We talk a lot. So I get to work on my craft of storytelling.
You talk to Max a lot and he listens?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. So I just work on my storytelling.
Yeah.
And he listens, right? And I've been evolving as a storyteller and I've got a really good story that's probably not actually that good, but I will try and put some pizzazz on it to make it better. So last night, right?
Last Friday night?
No.
Yep.
2 Friday nights ago from recording this, I had an MRI, right? SKG radiology for just some torn cartilage in my shoulder. No big deal. I'm all right, guys. So
massive reduction in, that's what MRI stands for. And then you can put in whatever you had the reduction in. Sorry, continue.
So I'm at my MRI and you know how MRI scans, they're quite loud, right?
No, I don't know. I've never had an MRI.
Really?
No. Why would I have had an MRI?
Injury?
I don't get injured. Only stupid injuries like popping my finger out and
okay, so MRIs is kind
webbing.
of like a freaky thing. So they put you on this kind of bed and then they wheel you into this big circly white thing.
I remember from Breaking Bad.
And then it's just like a do, 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 do. And it's all these really loud like scanning noises, like really loud. So they give you headphones to not only numb the sound. And I've done quite a few MRIs. I've probably done 4 or 5 in my life. I've done 3 on this shoulder. This was the 3rd one last night.
Yeah.
And I was at Sky Radiology or SKG Radiology 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they just gave you the headphones. There was nothing on. Then I did one at Apex Radiology last year and they gave me headphones with music.
What was it all about, that bass?
No, it was just random radio music.
Oh.
And then last night, as I'm about to go in, they pop the headphones on and they go, what do you want to listen to?
Wow, we're evolving.
That is evolution. And I go, what do you mean?
Stronger by Kanye.
And she goes, we've got Spotify now. What do you want to listen to?
Good that the government funding is going to... No, they're private, but anyway, yeah.
And I froze because I didn't, in the heat of the moment when you asked, and it's actually because
you never know what to
have all your playlists that have all the songs you want. It's a big call to say, put on this album or this artist, and to back it in to know that that's going to get you through a 20-minute to 30-minute MRI while you're just lying there trying not to fall asleep.
You know what I would have done for that occasion? This is Linkin Park playlist.
So I froze and then I was like, what do you mean? And then she said, you pick anything. And then I folded and I said, okay, who's an artist that's just got a lot of songs that will just have some good songs in there? Drake.
Oh.
So I said Drake, and then she started playing Drake, and it was like all of his UK Drakey songs. So I don't know if that was her favorite.
Drakey?
Like, Drake does like his drill sort of accent raps with all the UK rappers.
Cultural appropriation from Drake.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, he already does it with America. He's Canadian.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to Drake, and it's like the most bizarre Drake songs that I've never heard. And now I'm in the MRI trying not to laugh. Because you have to stay dead still in an MRI. Because if you move, then you got to redo the scans, and you could be there for much longer.
But that's bad as they're playing music, and I'd just be singing. Like they played Red.
Imagine you just start bopping.
Like, loving him was like red.
Yeah, so I was trying not to laugh because you have to stay dead still, and then you start twitching, and you got to redo scans every now and again. And Drake got me through the MRI, but while I was there,
Be laughing.
I had 20 minutes to think, what should I have actually said? And I've had a lot of thought about
Regrets.
it. I should have done Californication. That album, that's a good album.
That's a nice album.
Or I should have done Life of Pablo by Kanye.
Yeah.
Either of those albums would have got me through.
You reckon like a full album?
But this is the thing. Do you back yourself and go an artist, or do you go an album?
I reckon if you get like a nice, in that situation, you got to kind of be chill. I'm trying to think of albums, like a Dark Side of the Moon sort of thing.
Like
really relaxed
Mac
albums.
DeMarco?
Yeah, I haven't listened to enough Mac DeMarco, but I'm sure that would be the vibe.
Is that his
name?
name?
Yeah, that would be the vibe.
The Smiths.
What else is a great chill album?
Smiths.
Yeah, Smiths is good.
The Cranberries?
That's a bit too.
You could have put Prince on.
Purple Rain album. Amazing album.
So then I come out of the MRI and I go back into the waiting room because my girlfriend was there reading a book and she's dead asleep in the waiting room. And it's an empty waiting room because it was 7 o'clock on a Friday night. What an odd time for an MRI.
She was listening to Mac DeMarco.
So I don't know how safe that is to fall asleep in an empty waiting room at 7 o'clock on a Friday night because the door was right there, and it's a big sliding door that you can see through.
I think it's okay. Where was I think you're right.
Hollywood.
Okay. And that's the story?
Yeah. So see how when I say my storytelling is good, I can really get you there, but then I'm really bad at the climax.
Well, I thought it was going to be a punchline. You're going to be like, I came out and Cody Simpson was there in the waiting room.
But this is the thing.
Talking to my girlfriend.
I'm working on it. So my storytelling is up to the point where I'm really good at everything apart from the climax.
Yeah.
So I just need to work on climaxing.
Yeah. Okay, that was a good punchline. Was that part of the story or not really? No.
No, okay. No, it wasn't.
Okay, nice. No. I feel like I'm a good storyteller, but I also have the times where it's like the punchline's not very good and I'm really excited. I'm like, and then people are like
right
worst
now.
Feeling. Yeah, right now. So I also can work on climaxing, I guess. No.
Well, I've actually got another great story, Gianni.
What?
I recently went to my first. Okay, another story time. I'm not a big band festival-y person. I don't like going to watch bands or festivals. It's just not my thing. It's not what I enjoy. And I know that's a lot of people love doing that sort of stuff. It's not my thing. I've only ever seen Ed Sheeran.
And he was shit.
Because I had free tickets at the Optus Stadium.
Ed Sheeran, can I just speak on that concert? That's like a bane of our, because Ed Sheeran, and this is something that I find him so funny because whenever we talk about Ed Sheeran, he's like, I just remember going to that concert. And he was just
really
rubbish because he's out there on his guitar and he's like, and then he's got his loopy board and then to play the drums, he whacks his guitar a little bit and then plays the loopy thing. And it's like,
I thought it was
he
cool.
played 95% of the concert with no other instruments on stage. And it's like, okay, I'm a bit bored of this now. Come on, we need something. And then one song he gets a guy up on keyboards and it's cool. And then it's back to just some ranger stage playing the guitar with his loopy board. And it's like, oh, come on, we need a bit more, Ed. But that was our take of the
I had a really bad ear infection as well. So I was really not having a good time.
Before or after the Ed Sheeran concert?
During.
Yeah, because...
So...
Yeah, anyway.
That's the only ever musical performance I've been and watched, concert I've watched.
Really?
Until the other night.
Who did you go see?
So the other night, it was a Thursday night at 10:45 p.m.
That's usually when the best bands play.
And I just had this urge, right? I'm just sitting at home and I had this urge and it was like, go to the indie bar. It was like a Jedi Master telling me through the Force. It's like, Campbell, go to the indie bar, 10:45 p.m. Yeah. You won't regret it.
Bring your girlfriend.
Bring your girlfriend.
Could be a cool date night.
So I head off to the indie bar. I've never been there before. It was really cool, really Hollywood 60s, 70s era vibe. With
it kind of was. It was like the nice guys, as you said.
Yeah, loved it.
Well, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Then I go inside and there's all these bands playing and I look up at 10:45 p.m.
Who do you say?
And quite literally my biggest, beautifulest, strongest boy, Gianni Kane.
Yes.
Who
had wandered onto stage.
Had wandered onto stage and was playing in his band, The Fifth Odyssey.
The Fifth Odyssey.
You were really good. You were really good as a lead singer.
Not the third one.
Your hook on the first song was crazy good. The second song, which was the sad song, I think you got to practice the sad songs a bit more. It's not really the vibe of your band.
No, but we have to show versatility.
Well, your third song you did was really, really good. Then you rolled into War Pigs, which was also good. And then you had
War Pigs.
You had an Arctic Monkeys song, which was really good as well. A cover for Arctic Monkeys after War Pigs.
Arabella.
And then you did your own song to finish with, which was good as well.
And When You Were Young by the Killers.
Did you notice how I remembered most of them? Because I really enjoyed it.
Thanks,
you were really good.
I really
impressed. You were really good. And there was some crazy guy in the crowd where between every song you played started yelling out things like, "You're so hot, how are you single?" and all this crazy stuff. And you know what? That person was right.
I'd just like to thank Matt Steiner Price for doing that. I really appreciate that from him. His
He
support.
looked seriously good on the stage.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what to do with my hands and because you know how some people just have charisma, natural stage presence. I feel like they work on that.
Some people just have riz.
Yeah, on stage. But I don't know. It's hard to like. I'm just kind of. I don't know. I'll keep working on that. But thank you. That was our second gig. Our first gig was 11:15 to 11:45.
I missed that one. It was a little bit too late.
It was a bit too late. It was 30 minutes too late. But so we did get bumped up. But there's a lot of good bands at the indie bar. It's quite exciting. Perth's music scene, and it's plug and play. So it's just kind of like you can rock up, and it doesn't take too much to. The barriers to entry of that are not too high, so you can kind of get there, and then you can get your practice in, and then
you had a bit
you can
of
talk to other bands, and and
of
Flipside Gang.
So this is what I was going to go to.
We love Flipside Gang.
So I was down, and you told me afterwards who it was, but there was a bunch of girls on my left, and when I shouted out "You're so hot," they all looked at me and then started like whispering in each other's ears. So I think they must have gone, "Oh, this is his podcast friend who he has a podcast with."
No, I think they were just like, "Why is he weird? Don't hype yourself up too much."
But yeah, you had a really big crowd and everyone loved it.
Lots of good friends, but lots more people that we didn't know there, which was nice. But I really appreciate my friends. Really appreciate everyone that came along. So thank you for coming, and to your girlfriend as well for coming along. It was good fun. It was hopefully we can keep doing those gigs.
Hopefully you get bumped earlier.
Well, the 10:15 slot, that's what we're shooting for as a band.
Really?
Yeah.
What about 9:30?
That doesn't exist. That's between the 9:15 and the 9:45 slot. But
is it hard to get them?
We're called the Fifth Odyssey. So, there's just the bands that have had more practice there or have like more followers and stuff on the 9 o'clock-ish ones. And there's some really good bands with all originals that were playing.
Well, I'm working on my editing. If you need some edits to make your socials grow,
the Fifth Odyssey, hit us up.
Go follow him on Instagram.
Gianni, Josh, Mitch, Jamie, Tuah. Yeah.
So there's 4 Jameses.
We're a cool little band. We're trying to we like dad rock.
What's the feeling of performing live like?
At school and doing
No,
musicals.
that one.
That one, yeah. Yeah, I always get nervous to perform. I think it's good. This one was
it's
like
a good
more of like an
nervous,
excited. Well, I'd had a few drinks as well, so I was okay. But like that was good. And it's not a massive crowd, so it's not like crazy. Yeah, I could, definitely. I get nervous, but I think it just makes you perform better, obviously. I am one to get really nervous. I just remember at school doing musicals, I'd never been more nervous in my life. I think that's the most nervous I'd ever been.
Really?
And before sport. I actually get nervous a lot. I need to stop getting – I don't get nervous for the podcast though.
I'd find – and I hate swimming, but I'd find before swimming races at Inters, I'd hate that. I'd hate like the big warm up and walk all the way around.
I'm getting the butterflies now.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of those.
In our last year of football at school – there was like so
I never got nervous before.
Hayden. Do you remember Jackson Hayden was so nervous before one of the games? We were like huddling up at halftime. The Aquinas game, we were huddling up at halftime and Jackson's yakking on the field.
Right.
I could never get that nervous. I could never get sick.
I'd never get nervous before a team sports game. Only before individual performances.
I get so nervous before water polo as well.
I'd never get nervous before water polo, no matter what level.
I reckon.
No matter what
water
level.
polo is so individual as well.
No, it's not. It's a team sport.
Yes, it is. No, but it's pretty individual.
6 people.
Yeah, there's 6 people. Football, there's 18 people. Someone's going to cover your blues. If you fuck up badly in water polo, I feel like you're pretty isolated. But yeah, no, I like the feeling because I had that at school and then I hadn't really had it for a couple of years of that feeling of performing live. So it's nice to have the band. I mean, this is good, but we're not performing live, I guess.
Well, would you say
to an audience?
Would you say in your band that you wear the pants?
I do wear pants. I don't think I wear the pants
of the band.
I think our drummer Josh drives the beat. He does lots of the writing. He's quite good at that.
Interesting, you bring up wearing the pants, Gianni, because we had a really good segment last duo.
So can we just describe the premise of who wears the pants again?
Okay, so who wears the pants? JMO and Dylan have the series of Who's Punching, and this is where we've drawn inspiration from. But who wears the pants it's not shallow. It's not about looks. It's about...
No, why did we even have to mention that?
It's about the microaggressions and body language of couples doing activities or standing next to each other to tell who wears the pants in the relationship.
And we put some examples on the socials during the week.
Which we'll roll through and look at the results.
Interesting relationships. Results. Like you could... see that Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith. Will's always leaning. We saw that. Tom Cruise one. Nicole Kidman's like arms around.
We'll go through them.
But we had some people sent there who wears the pants in.
We had 2 submissions. One was of him and his girlfriend, and the other one was of like movie characters, which is okay. You can send in things of anything. You can do whatever you guys want to do.
Thank you to the person that sent a photo themselves. I really appreciate this person.
Our first one, and I'll pop it up on the screen, was Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
A very tumultuous relationship.
A very young relationship.
Let's start with Eyes Wide Shut. I think it did.
So the results in, we had 24 votes for Tom.
Yeah.
How many do we think we had for Nicole?
More.
26 for Nicole. Very, very close.
I agree.
Very,
in that
very
photo,
close.
it's kind of like she's, yeah. She wasn't into Scientology at the time.
But I honestly reckon after doing my in-depth expert analysis on this picture that Nicole's not wearing the pants, Tom's wearing the pants.
Say that.
No, but look how she's holding on to him.
No.
She's clinging for dear life while he's just there.
She's big spoon.
No, but she's happy to be there and he's just, he's a vibe. Whereas she's like, I'm hiding behind him. I need my man in front. I'm holding on for dear life.
She's big spooning right there.
I would have to go with Tom wears the pants.
And what you can't see is she's actually grabbing his bum.
That's a common theme.
That's an ultimate move of power. If you do that in a who wears the pants situation, that is probably the most powerful move you can pull.
Is the bum grab. All right, second photo. We had Margot Robbie and Margot's husband.
Oh, Margot wears the pants, 100%.
But it's a bit of a contradicting one, this one, because in the photo...
We've literally called it Margot's husband.
In the photo, Margot's clinging onto his shirt and looks like she is not the pants wearer, but because he's known as Margot's husband, I think that automatically makes him.
He's a good producer. He produced Barbie.
But do you reckon he only got that gig because Margot was lead starring?
Well, I don't know. Anyway, can I see the picture? Yeah, no, she's kind of pulling him.
It's not a great photo for her.
She's kind of like pulling him into, but she still looks great, so it's okay.
All right, so Margot's wearing the pants in that relationship.
Were the votes to Margot?
Yeah, so the numbers were 45 votes for Margot, 11 for Margot's husband.
Tom Ackley.
Next one, we have Notebook Ryan Gosling versus Barbie Ryan Gosling. So this one is an interesting one because Notebook Ryan Gosling pretty clearly wears the pants in that movie.
Does he? I haven't seen it.
He's doing his own thing. He's building his house and he's like, what do you want? If you want this, you're here. If not, go away. I can do it myself.
Beautiful.
It's a great movie.
When does he write in the notebook? Is there a notebook?
Yeah, there is. Because he reads to her when she has dementia to remind her of their life together.
She has dementia?
Have you not seen it?
No. Why would you spoil it for me?
It's not a spoiler. You know that from the start.
Yeah, it's still a spoiler. If you haven't watched any of it, it's a spoiler.
Somebody gets hurt. Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want.
He's such a heartthrob.
What do you want?
So, are you ready for the results on this one?
Yeah, it's Notebook Ryan, I think, wins.
On 26 votes, we had Notebook Ryan.
Nice.
And for Ken Ryan in Barbie, who is a very patriarchal man in that movie.
At times.
And
then he becomes...
Because he likes horses.
That's good, actually. That's quite funny.
29 votes.
Wow.
So he wins
Barbie
53% of the votes.
Ken Ryan.
And our last one, we had Budgies versus Boardies for the beach. Yeah. You didn't like this one?
Well, it was okay.
It was overwhelming. It was Budgies 42, Boardies 15.
Which is quite, counterintuitive because what has more pant material? Obviously, boardies have more pant, but that just proves that you don't have to be wearing pants to be wearing the pants, if you know what I mean.
I do know.
On that? What did I just say?
Budgies wins.
What did I just say?
You don't have to be wearing the pants to wear the pants.
Good. So, yeah, who wears the pants?
Breaking here first, live on the Crooked Smile podcast. It's not actually live. We have our first submission for a Who's Wearing the Pants from an audience member of themselves.
Do we name them?
No.
No? Okay.
No, but we'll
Let's
show
just
the
call
photo.
this person
Frank.
Ben.
Okay, we can call them Ben.
You call them Ben has sent this in. Thank you.
Great fake name.
Thank you, Ben. Yes.
Are you ready for the photo?
Yeah. Oh, gee, the knee is buckled. That's my first impression. Is the left knee of I'm going to assume Ben, is buckled. That's interesting. It's kind of like a little leany sort of.
If we want to do the line test as well for this one,
yeah, can we?
She is straight as an arrow.
Yeah.
And he's got a little bit of a tilt going.
A little bit of a tilt. Very up and down, I think. I don't know.
And then we look at the facial expressions.
Oh yeah, can I see the close up facial expressions?
He looks a little bit not like at unease. He looks
a little bit unease, do you reckon?
A little bit unease, whereas she looks a little bit more at ease than him. Look at the smiles. Look at the eyes. The eyes are a really big giveaway because you can fake a smile, but you can't fake the eyes. We'll zoom right.
Yeah, he's got like a slight
He's got like the slight
little head lean in the direction of his partner.
The slight I hope she's okay. I hope she's not mad at me if she's mad at me. Like it's kind of like those sort of eyes. Yeah. Whereas her eyes, it's like.
Can we just say lovely? Can we just say
lovely couple?
Can we just say lovely couple? Great outfits. I don't know what the occasion was. Maybe some sort of ball or awards night or something. But yeah, I'm really just off put by that knee buckle. Like I feel like that means that someone's got like almost pulling you down a little bit, pulling you down to their level. And obviously there's a height difference there, but we know that this is not just about.
It's a mental battle.
This is not about uncontrollables. Like height isn't uncontrollable. So that has no.
It's an uncontrollable variable.
Yeah, that has no effect. Well, it can have an effect on who's wearing the pants, but it's mostly psychological, right? Who's wearing the pants in the relationship. So I feel like
I'm going to go that. What do we want to name the lady?
We don't have to name the lady anything.
I'm going to go. Well,
I think she's wearing.
We got a fake name for Ben. We got to have a fake name.
No, because Ben submitted it, but I think we should. I think we're going to say she's wearing the pants in that situation.
The lovely lady in this picture is wearing the pants in this relationship,
so. And maybe we have to. Ask Ben maybe like another photo or like
when you send these photos in, right? Try to get some activities in there. Try to send in a couple of activities because activities is the true tell on who's leading the situation, who is wearing that pant.
We might have
wearing that pant in the relationship.
We might have made a very, very clear misjudgment there. But that's all that we could see from that situation.
It's all about context.
Yeah, and the truth was there was a buckle at the knee. That is a massive, massive, massive indicator.
See, here's the thing. You can fake your smile, but you can't fake the eyes. The eyes are a dead giveaway.
You can smile with the eyes.
The eyes are the opening into your soul.
It did seem like she was smiling with her eyes, whereas he was kind of, you're right, a bit of unease and kind of like a light smile, like a little bit of teeth, but almost a bit of fakeness to it.
He's got some demons going on his back.
No. We're not saying that. We're not.
Thank you very much for sending that in. Really appreciate it. Very brave.
Very brave, Ben.
Very brave to send in that first photo.
Really appreciate
the start of something beautiful.
And a great photo. Can we just speak? I know we've been talking about. We've been trying to talk about the dynamics of the relationship, but honestly, that might be an equitable pants wearing situation. We're just judging off the thing, but.
Is there ever an equitable pants wearing situation?
It's never going to be 50-50, but that can be like a 60-40 situation, you know. Some people wear their pants
or a 51-49.
51-49, a hung parliament potentially.
It's never truly bipartisan.
You don't reckon? Some people could wear, that's why we want activities, because like, you know, outdoor activities, someone might be wearing the pants, but indoor activities.
If you sent in 3 photos, we could do a best of 3.
Oh, we could do a best of 3, yeah.
Best of 3s could be it.
Okay.
Thanks for watching this episode.
Thanks, guys. This is kind of monthly
catch up for the duos.
Chill.
If you have any suggestions for the pod, any suggestions for who wears the pants, how to do it a little bit better, you want to send in stuff, please don't hesitate.
Any pants.
Send in photos on the Instagram.
Yep.
Instagram, Crooked Smile Podcast. That's the handle.
Or you can mail it to
and I can never ever ever do without you. And I can never ever. If you get lost, I press the rewind so you don't see now. I know I can tell that you a winner. I'm making key lime cause I was living in the backseat till you beg me. All my niggas never playing games like we bad street. When she's talking, feel like poetry in motion. And I feel like I'm chosen. When she look at me, I'm getting lost up in that ocean. Everywhere in motion. They ain't got a notion. I wanna tell them